Welcome to the first Arrow on the Air of this academic year. Arrow on the Air brings you the voices and information gathered into the newsroom by our reporters, and we send it directly to your ears. My name's Clayton Hester, multimedia editor here at the Southeast Arrow, with the latest headlines. With Election Day drawing near, an organization on campus is working to get students to exercise their civic duty. The Arrow's Matt Wagner has more.
With the November elections right around the corner, many may have questions about how to register or how to vote. Southeast Professor of Digital Art Emily Denlinger is the founder of SEMO Votes, a bipartisan nonprofit dedicated to helping students register. Denlinger says she started the organization to help students better understand the voting process.
I started SEMO Votes in 2018 because in 2016 I had students who thought that they were registered to vote in the presidential election, and they had registered through Rock the Vote, and they found out that they had actually not registered to vote.
As colleges across the country are closing early due to COVID-19, Denlinger says absentee ballots are often the best option for students who are currently outside their home districts.
Especially now during COVID, if you live in the dorms, I would absolutely suggest doing an absentee, because if you get sent home between October 7th and the election on November 3rd, you're no longer living in that space, and so you can't vote in Cape anymore.
Voter registration ends on October 7th. For more information, follow SEMO Votes on Facebook. For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Matt Wagner.
Catapult Creative House is now showcasing a 25-piece collection led by Professor of Ceramics Benji Hugh. Nicolette Baker explains the reason.
A new exhibition at Catapult Creative House focuses on the Black Lives Matter movement. It raises awareness through art submissions from Southeast faculty, students, and staff. The gallery includes artwork in a variety of mediums, such as charcoal, paint, and photography. The gallery opened with a reception during First Friday events on September 4th. Member of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, Joseph Jefferson, highlighted the importance of starting a conversation through art.
The most important aspect of this is to create and start the conversation and dialogue. I think that's critical. Sometimes we don't like to discuss uncomfortable things, but I think that's where a lot of blurred lines and a lot of gray areas really get cleared up.
He submitted a piece called Eracism to the exhibition. The gallery will be displayed until September 25th at Catapult. It is located at 612 Broadway in downtown Cape Girardeau. For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Nicolette Baker reporting.
And one Southeast student is getting their voice out there through published poetry. Lucas Irizarry has that story.
The idea of publishing a full-length book sounds daunting at first mention, and even more so for a college student. Junior Jasmine Jones said the process of getting self-published is surprisingly easy, and she learned of the opportunity by watching poetry YouTubers. Her second book, Ghosts We Become, was published in July. Both of Jones' books were published through the Barnes & Noble website, where her books are now available for purchase.
And even in an age when social distancing is a concern and the health of others is a priority, there are still ways to treat yourself. Maya Andrews has that story.
Students were brought together by an opportunity to connect through relaxation at the University Ballroom last Monday. The organization Campus Outreach collaborated with Eden Spa to bring ladies across campus together for the Treat Yourself Spa Day. The event is held yearly and meant to give women a chance to relax and get acquainted with one another. Ashley Mullenhoff is a volunteer with Campus Outreach, which is a ministry organization at Southeast. She says that the group has helped her grow in her faith and has events that help to bring people together.
And we do really fun events around here, like doing like painting, we did sand volleyball, but also just having the community of believers is the best thing, just because everyone is truly trying to be relationally invested in each other.
Eden Health Spa and Salon in downtown Cape opened in 2017. They have been partnering with Campus Outreach to host Treat Yourself since their founding. I'm Maya Andrews, reporting for the Southeast Arrow.
After a 6-month break from the stage, the Southeast River campus has returned with more live music. Hannah Radden has this story.
The Southeast River campus held its first musical performance of the semester this past weekend, titled The Art of the Miniature. It included short, sweet pieces for the audience's ears. The live concert may have looked differently, but sounded the same. Some noticeable differences were musicians and audience members wearing masks, chairs marked off for safe distance seating, and the instruments wearing their own creative mask. Even with these changes, None of these stopped the notes from playing and letting the audience feel normal again. Music Assistant Professor of Single Reeds, Dr. Gabrielle Buffoni, was the director of the event on Sunday. She said while wearing the mask and playing, she notices she has to breathe more, but she is thankful to be able to play with a mask than not play at all.
It is uncomfortable, but it's a small price to pay to be able to play live with other humans.
The next Sundays at 3 concert, under the direction of Dr. Buffoni, will include Southeast alumni and be on September 27th. For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Hannah Radden.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I wanted to wrap up by taking a moment to tell you about the exciting things happening at the Southeast Arrow. We're creating the Arrow Podcast Network, a franchise of shows produced out of our studios on everything from literature to music to film to pop culture to social sciences. These will soon begin populating all the major listening locations like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. You can also listen to all the Arrow shows in the Arrow Podcast Network all in one, wherever you get your podcasts. All of our shows will there be listed in a single feed. As always, you'll be able to get our podcasts at their home on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter at Arrow Podcasts and find us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Clayton Hester. This has been Arrow on the Air, part of the Arrow Podcast Network.